Launched in 2017, the Tesla Model 3 quickly became the car that brought electric motoring to the mainstream, blending sharp styling, impressive range and cutting-edge tech. Fast forward to today and it's still one of the best-selling EVs in the UK. In fact, in February 2025, it was the second most registered car. But what's it actually like to live with one? In this video, we meet Sam, who's owned his 2021 Tesla Model 3 for 1 year. He'll take us through what's impressed him, what's frustrated him, and whether the Model 3 truly lives up to the hype. Is it still the benchmark for electric cars, or are the cracks beginning to show? Let's get into it. Here's Sam, here's his Tesla Model 3, and I want to find out all about this today. So Sam, how long have you had this for?
Almost a year now. I bought it second-hand in August last year, beginning of August. It was a purchase as a company vehicle. I've changed jobs and now have a car allowance. Had an itch that I wanted to scratch with electric vehicles. I'd had a taste of it with having a plug-in hybrid. My wife has an all-electric Citroen, but I just wanted something that was a bit more me and a bit more range to it. And just going to be a bit more practical in terms of any long distance work that I wanted to do. So searched the internet, predominantly Auto Trader, and did lots of homework on what to go for, and thought the conclusion that I came to was that if this wasn't going to work, if it wasn't going to be practical, and I needed to sell the car, then what was going to sell the easiest?
Right, okay.
And so I came to the conclusion that it would be a long-range Model 3 Tesla.
I mean, you see them everywhere, don't you? They've
you
been
do.
a very popular car,
particularly
in the UK.
white ones. Yeah.
Yeah. And this, so you decided rather than buying new or leasing new, you thought actually buying a used one about 3 years old would be a good way forward.
Yeah, that was very much budget driven as well, really. I am on a limited budget, so I wanted to get the newest I could for my budget with the lowest mileage on. So that were my primary factors really in deciding which one I went for.
And when you had locked in on the fact that it was going to be a Tesla, and you knew it was going to be the Model 3, was there a spec requirement? I know this is the dual motor, isn't it?
That's
so was
right,
that something
yeah.
you actively wanted to get?
And it was the range of the dual motor that I wanted. I wanted something which had in excess of 300 miles.
Yep.
Prior to this, I was running a plug-in hybrid Kia Sportage, and if I left home with one charge and a full tank of petrol, I could get about 350 miles on it. Mm-hmm. So I knew that 300 miles was where I wanted to be ideally, and so that was one of the main search criteria I put into Auto Trader, was that the range on a vehicle. And then obviously Auto Trader came up with a list of options. And my shortlist was really 3 cars. It was the Model 3, the Hyundai Ioniq 6, and the BMW i4.
Yes.
And I really liked the i4.
Yes, I do, yeah.
It was stretching the budget
Right.
a bit too much, and I thought that's just daft at this stage. Let's be realistic. And let my head rule my heart, if you like.
Yeah.
And so maybe BMW next time. But
they do look nice, don't they? I've seen those around quite a lot as well.
Yeah.
Although, having said that, these are fantastic cars. And I mean, there are so many highlights to these. And we were talking just before this about the fact that you quite like the gimmicky stuff. And I never thought I was a gimmicky person. But actually, when you do sit in it, it is fun, isn't it? And there's so many things that just make you smile.
Yeah. Even silly things down to when I'm collecting on the school run. If I'm there early and I'm sat waiting, I play cards on the screen. Right. Or I can sit and watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Not things that anybody ever really needs in a car, because you could do all those things on your phone if you wanted to, but because it's there, you use it.
Yeah.
And so, it makes you smile with some of the gimmicks. I'm still a child at heart.
I think most of us are. Run me through some of those things then, because there are some that you wouldn't even know existed, maybe unless you were a Tesla owner, with some of those fun things.
Yeah, some of the fun things. Yes, it has an external speaker on it, so if we're out and having a barbecue or parked up somewhere, you can play the music out of the front speaker on it. But I think probably my favourite is probably the fart noise on it, because as a good friend of mine said, you're never too old to find farts funny.
No, and it's true. That's very true. We've got to hear that.
Yeah, well, lots of these things you can control from the app, which is another thing I like about it. So whether you can pick this up. No, that was the car, not me.
It's just mad.
Which can be hilarious when you're in a public situation.
And talk to me about the charging and how you found that. This is your first, for you, fully electric vehicle. And I know you wanted it to be, a range of over 300 miles.
That's right.
Are you finding that is the case all of the time?
Certainly in warmer weather, even on long motorway hauls, 300 miles is quite achievable. I stop before that because I need to stop. Mm-hmm. I'm too old now to go that. My bladder needs to stop before that. But so 250, 280 miles is quite comfortable. I want to be out of it by then.
Yeah.
I want a coffee and something to eat. And generally what I have found is that using Tesla superchargers only, I've not used third-party chargers, I only use the Tesla superchargers, but generally an example would be if I pull into a service station on, say, 20% battery, by the time I've got myself a McDonald's wrap, been to the loo and consumed the wrap, this is alerting me on the app that it's ready to go before I am.
So no issues with the charging. That fits into your life perfectly fine. And in terms of that Tesla super network, I'd imagine that's got to be a real selling point for getting one.
It has, but it was a big consideration for me moving into fully electric. A, because of the convenience of the Tesla network, but B, because of the price of the charging being cheaper than other networks as well. And the car knows where the chargers are. The car knows live how many stalls are available at each charger location. So it can route you through its own sat-nav to where's most convenient to get the charge, and it will precondition the battery as well. So the battery is brought up to temperature so that it runs at most efficient recharging as well.
So after a year, you're super impressed with this. You're really pleased that you got it. You'd get it again, I guess, would you?
I would. Yeah, I would. The only reason if I didn't go for a Tesla again is because I like to change.
Yeah.
And as I said to you earlier on before we started filming, I get bored.
Yeah, it's my issue as well.
So a 3-year lease on the car is a long time for me.
Yes, it's about 6 months it starts to drag from then on, doesn't it?
That's it.
And is there anything you don't like about it? Is there anything that you would change if you could?
Only from my age, I would have liked the seating position of a Model Y, just because this is low down.
Slightly
Once you're
higher.
in it, it's fantastic seating position. But no, I can't really think of anything else that I would want to change on it. It's pretty much done everything I wanted it to do and more. The running costs are phenomenal. With being able to charge at home on the Octopus tariff at 7p a kilowatt hour, this is, in warmer weather, you're up towards 5 miles per kilowatt hour. So, it's averaging between 1.5 and 2p a mile in electric, depending on what time of year it is. Less efficient in really cold, but when we had the really cold temperatures in winter, when it was below zero, it was still costing no more than 2p a mile to run it. So I have the Tesla app here, so you can control lots of functions. Sometimes it's a little bit fiddly, and you think, it'd be nice just to be able to open the recharge flap just by pressing it, which you can if the car's awake, but if the car's gone to sleep, you need to just open it up in the app or open a door to just get the car to open up.
Okay.
But then if you drive up to a supercharger and hold the plug near it, it opens the flap up automatically anyway.
Oh, wow.
You can flash the lights, for example, if you've left it in a car park and you want to see where it is, you can get it to blow the horn.
Can you do the fart noises from here?
I can. If I go back, because I have the child in me has set that up as a shortcut key, so it will show it on the screen as well. But that can be done through the toy box as well. So if I come in here, there's a button here called Toy Box and Emissions. So it can be set to fart on demand, fart with the indicator, or fart on contact. So then you can select which seat it goes with. So when you pick the kids up from school and they jump in the back seat, fart on contact, which the amusement has disappeared now as far as the children are concerned.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, it's only,
They've got over that.
It's only me that finds it, still finds
Oh,
it
that's
amusing.
okay.
Yeah, there's all sorts of bits and pieces. You can have it play a light show, which I haven't done yet. But for example, New Year's Eve outside the house, when the stroke of midnight,
Oh, yeah.
the mirrors were going in and out, and the windows up and down, and the lights flashing on and off.
That's great.
Complete gimmicks.
Yeah,
Complete
but gimmicks are
gimmicks.
good.
Yeah.
And what else in terms of the screen? Because most stuff is on this screen, isn't it?
Yes.
In fact, everything pretty much. Isn't it?
It is, and sometimes that can be a little bit annoying,
Right.
Because it's overly complicated, if you like. Sometimes the odd button would be good.
Yeah.
For example, my wife's sunglasses were in a glove box. She jumped in the car the other day and couldn't work out how to get sunglasses out. And it is, you have to go through the screen to do that.
To open the glove box?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there are her sunglasses.
Oh,
Which
okay.
to me is a little bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes it's taken the gimmicks a little bit too far, I think.
Yes.
But you can also set these up as shortcut keys. So I've got my Apple Music, radio, telephone, and the dash cam
oh, yeah.
in there, and also the wipers. So these can be preset. And then the three ellipses button, if you like, there brings up other options. And you can customise these across the top as well. So you soon get used to it.
Is the dash cam standard on the car?
Yeah, it's built in. It uses the cameras in the windscreen that it uses for, seeing road markings, etc. as well.
Okay. It makes sense, doesn't it? I don't understand why more cars don't have them built in with the
Yeah.
cameras and the radar there now.
The only thing you need to do is make sure that in the glove box you've got a good capacity memory stick plugged in.
Okay.
But you do in any dash cam anyway, I guess, don't you?
So maybe if there was an option to have buttons instead for heating and maybe a normal glove box opening, you'd probably have that, would you?
Yeah, I think I probably would. But there are another beautiful thing about these is there are so many aftermarket options for things now as well.
Right.
You can actually buy some buttons that fasten to the back of the screen, so you've got some hard buttons to press if you want to. But I had to stop spending somewhere.
Yeah.
The Sentry mode is very useful. That's Bing recording us stood at the front of the car, so that if you leave it in a car park and somebody opens a door on yours, whether you'd catch their registration number or not, I don't know, but you can see,
Who's been around?
events that happen around your car.
Right.
So this will probably be, it's been recording us,
There we are.
and that's the quality of the footage that
Oh,
you
we should
get
film
from-
the videos on that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And then because you've got cameras around the car as well, so not just the front, in the door pillars as well.
It's quite a thing, isn't it, this?
Yeah, things to me that it makes so much sense,
Yeah.
and wouldn't necessarily cost the manufacturer a lot to do it.
Yeah. No, I agree. And how about interior space? How do you find it generally?
Great. Yeah, I was a bit concerned that it might be, going to a saloon car, which I haven't had for a long, long time, that the driving position might be a bit uncomfortable, but I couldn't have been more wrong. I can get stretched out properly with having the proper auto drive on it.
Yeah.
It's just so relaxing to drive. You can get stretched out and get your knees bent up and just move about in the seat on a long journey as well to get comfortable.
I think it looks really, really nice. And I love the moonroof.
Yeah, it doesn't open. And I would say that if there is a drawback to that, it's just the car can get quite warm when it's parked up. So there is a facility on the climate control to have it set so that if the interior cabin temperature gets too high, then the aircon will come on even if you're not in the car, just to keep it cool. And likewise with the dog mode as well. So if you leave an animal in here,
Oh, yeah.
the aircon will keep running.
Yeah. That's a good point. So there's no sort of blind or anything. It's just that.
No, again, there's aftermarket options,
Yeah.
but it's not. This is as the car is a standard.
And the space in the back, all good. Passengers are happy.
Yeah, not had any complaints. Grandson likes it. He's been more than pleased with it. He likes to sit in the back like he's been chauffeured about. So, it's had thumbs up from everybody really.
So that's what Sam thinks of his Tesla Model 3. He loves it. How could you not love fart sounds on a car? It's essential, as is a 0 to 60 time of 4.6 seconds. So those are the things he loves. Pretty much all things he loves, not much he doesn't. Have you got one? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you soon for more owner reviews.